Road accidents are one of the highest causes of fatalities in India, and the road accident rates in India are also one of the highest in the world. We have tied up with Hyundai Motor India to bring you a series on road safety called Be the Better Guy, where we give you insights into how you yourself can make roads safer and travel safer for yourself as well as for other road users in the country.
भारत जैसे घनी आबादी वाले देश के लिए सड़क सुरक्षा एक गंभीर विषय है। सड़क पर यातायात सुरक्षित रूप से चलता रहे, ये हम सब की जिम्मेदारी है। इसी संदेश को देश के हर नागरिक तक पहुंचाने के लिए इंडिया टुडे ग्रुप ने Hyundai मोटर इंडिया फाउंडेशन के साथ साझेदारी में एक मुहिम छेड़ी है, बी द बेटर गाय। सड़क पर बेहतर इंसान बने, क्योंकि सड़क सुरक्षा यानी जीवन रक्षा।
हमने अपनी गाड़ी में वो सब सुरक्षा के फीचर्स दिए हैं जिनकी जरूरत है। क्यों? क्योंकि हम उनकी परवाह करते हैं। बट क्या आप अपनी परवाह खुद करते हैं? इसलिए बी द बेटर गाय, क्योंकि अगर आप अपनी गाड़ी के बारे में समझेंगे, आप अपनी गाड़ी को कुशलता से चलाएंगे और आप अपनी गाड़ी को रोड के नियमों और यातायात के नियमों के सर चलाएंगे, तो किसी तरह से ये रोड एक्सीडेंट्स नहीं होंगे और रोड एक्सीडेंट से वंचित जो एक देश है वो बनेगा।
आइए अपनी सड़कों और खुद को सुरक्षित बनाएं, सभी नियमों का पालन करें और हर जगह हर समय पैदल चलने वालों का सम्मान करें। याद रखें, सड़क सुरक्षा हमारे साथ शुरू होती है। आइए हम सब अपनी सड़कों को और लोगों को सुरक्षित बनाने का संकल्प लें। याद रखें, सड़क सुरक्षा यानी जीवन सुरक्षा। बी द बेटर गाय एक सड़क सुरक्षा मुहिम द इंडिया टुडे ग्रुप के साथ पार्टनरशिप में Hyundai मोटर इंडिया फाउंडेशन की पहल।
पैदल चलने वालों का ख्याल रखें, ट्रैफिक नियमों का पालन करें। हॉर्न का सही उपयोग करें और पैदल चलने वालों का ख्याल रखें।
Hello and welcome to this special feature of our campaign, Be the Better Guide. The issue of road safety assumes peak importance in a country like ours, where over 1 billion people use nearly 3 million kilometers of roads. As per the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, India accounts for nearly 13% of total fatalities in the world. Hence, the theme for this year's road safety is best summarized as Sadak Suraksha, Jeevan Raksha. But where do we start and how do we sensitize our citizens to work towards making our roads safer? This has been the motivation behind our campaign, Be the Better Guy, now in its third season, a road safety initiative brought to you by India Today Group and Hyundai Motor India Foundation. To understand more on the subject, an esteemed panel joins us in the studio today. Please welcome Puneet Anand, Assistant Vice President, Corporate Affairs, Hyundai Motor India Limited. Joining him is Yogendra Pratap, the editor of Auto Today. And we're also joined by additional DSP Noida, Ranvijay Singh. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being out here today and taking the time out. Let's begin with Puneet Anand first. Puneet, just tell our viewers what prompted Hyundai to launch this particular campaign on the lines of Be the Better Guy. What was the thought process behind this entire campaign? I mean, road safety is such an important topic in a country like India, where you see so many road accidents taking place as well. In fact, I've got some statistics here. Road accidents have claimed nearly 80,000 casualties. How do we now tackle this menace in the best possible manner?
If you see, we are very hugely influenced by our global vision, which is
Right.
called Progress for Humanity.
Yeah.
And under this vision, our aim is to inculcate a habit of safe driving in the people of this country so that we can make them a better citizen and at the same time make Indian roads a safer roads to drive in. In fact, it is this content, hashtag Be the Better Guy, which we have been using for the last 3 years to educate the people of this country en masse so that they can understand the responsibilities which they should take as long as they are on the driving wheel of the product. And I think that is the initiative wherein we would like to spread it through channels like you so that India can become one of the safest country to drive as far as the roads are concerned. And I think that's the vision with which we wanted to start Be the Better Guy campaign, and it has really taken on with a great success, and today our roads are much better than what they were.
You know, that's a fantastic initiative, and I really congratulate you to come up with this particular initiative. To Yogendra now. Yogendra, what are the impediments at the moment that are plaguing road safety in this country, and what is the plausible resolution in your mind that can help resolve this issue?
So over the years, cars have become really safe. Hyundai cars or cars generally on overall are much safer than what they were before. Some companies like Hyundai are leading the way. They launched the i20 many years back with 6 airbags, the first car in its class with 6 airbags. So cars are much safer overall, but people have to change also. They have to realize that, and that's where Be the Better Guy campaign fits in so well. Change has to come from within, change has to come from the people behind the wheel, and also from the government who is putting up the infrastructure. Infrastructure has also made great progress, but it also has to lead towards better road safety.
Some amount of law enforcement as well in place?
Law enforcement combined with educating people, getting people to be better guys behind the wheel, having more responsibility, and realizing that little actions of theirs can make roads so much safer for themselves and for everybody else as well. And
Absolutely.
we are working with Hyundai through our magazines, through the TV channel, to try and spread this message of getting
What a
people
noble
to be.
initiative, you know. I'd like to bring in additional DSP Ranvijay Singh here. So we'd like to know about the recent developments that have been made to ensure that our roads are safer in Noida. There is automation of technology, installation of cameras, many other initiatives like that. How have they helped in ensuring traffic rules are followed all around?
First of all, I'd like to tell you that after introduction of this commissionerate system in Noida, we have increased the number of traffic constables and sub-inspectors. But now the number has substantially increased, and we are in a position to control almost each and every part of Noida at the moment. During peak hours, we ensure that the traffic is moving smoothly. Next, we always go for traffic campaigns, traffic awareness campaigns, and we take the support of the NGOs and other interested people also. We have made traffic volunteers, they are supporting us like anything. We are conducting awareness campaigns in the schools and colleges, and we go to the factories also. And we basically conduct classes there. We teach them the important traffic rules, and we make them very sensitive about their own safeties. Now, with the help of Noida Authority, we have got many cameras installed. Earlier, the highway traffic management system was there in place, and only important roads and highways were controlled by the cameras. Now a new system is going to be in place, and there we will be installing more than 150 cameras at 84 important points.
So Yogendra, what have been the recent upgrades that the automobile makers have made to their existing offering that ensure that even the cars are much more safer? And what is it exactly that me as a buyer should look at before purchasing a car as far as the safety is concerned?
So basically, cars overall are safer. There are standards now that the government has put in. Also, some NGOs have been testing cars and giving cars ratings on their body integrity and safety. On top of that, the most important thing is the responsibility taken by the manufacturer. So the steel that they're using in the cars is of much superior quality, high tensile strength. There are lots of active and passive safety features that are being built in cars, starting with seat belts, which is mandatory by law. Airbags also, to some extent it's mandatory, and to some extent manufacturers are putting them in. And now slowly as we are moving forward, there are more and more driver assistance systems that are coming into cars that help the driver make the right decisions. And besides what the car has, what you will be doing with it is also as important. The car might have seat belts, but if you're not wearing the seat belts, then it's pointless. And having the airbags and not wearing seat belts is a lethal combination. Because if the accident won't kill you, the explosion of the airbag will injure you and can even take lives for that matter. So all these things, it starts from you. You need to make sure that you are following what needs to be followed.
Yeah. Now, Ranvijay Singh, while automobile makers are making sure that the vehicles carry the requisite safety features, what is the traffic police doing to sensitize the drivers? While levying challans is one thing, in terms of the awareness, how does your department ensure that people understand rules and also follow them, not just understand them?
We go for checkings. We see whether the seat belt is being used or not. For everything which is supposed to be done as per the traffic rules are ensured or not. So they support us to larger extent. As far as safety of vehicles is concerned, we go for vehicles check also to see as to all the safety measures are being followed by the vehicles and the drivers or not. The first thing that we try to see there is that the capacity of the vehicle is maintained, and if it is a public carriage, the capacity is not violated and the number of people is not more than what is sanctioned or what is the prescribed capacity of that particular vehicle. Similarly, in case of commercial vehicle, we see the load is not more than that, and in case we find any violation, we go for the challans also. Apart from challan, the education is also given to the people so that they will follow in future. We see most of the times the people who come to the office to pay challans, they pay challans and go away. So just to sensitize them so that the same violation does not take place again, we basically hold them for some time and we try to show him or her as to what kind of violation was done by him or her. And then we try to educate them that this is the violation that you have done. And I think in future, if you do it, apart from penalty, there is a huge risk of your life.
All right. So, Puneet Anand, could you share some light on this entire campaign of Be the Better Guy? And also, you know, this year's theme for road safety, Sadak Suraksha Jeevan Raksha, if you could elucidate further on that.
Yes. So, I think, I'll just, take you slightly back of our beginning of the conversation.
Yeah.
And as I said, that as a responsible manufacturer, it is our endeavor and it is our responsibility to produce safer cars, which we have been doing in the last 20 years or so. But we also ask one question, that your car has everything for your safety because we care for you.
Yeah.
But do you care for yourself? You have small children in the car, you have your family in the car, you have so many pedestrians on the road.
Yeah.
If you do not drive sensibly, if you do not drive with responsibility, obviously there will be mishaps which will be happening.
Yeah.
And I think in the beginning you gave a very strong statistics. India accounts for close to 450,000 accidents every year. And out of that, unfortunately, 150,000 precious lives are lost, which makes India 13% contribution to these fatal road accidents in the world, one of the largest as far as the globe is concerned. And another challenge is that out of these 150,000 deaths, 70% of the deaths are between a productive age of 18 to 45 years. Now imagine a country like India which is full of young population. If we lose 70% of our productive population in such things like road accidents, how our development, our growth will happen? I think that is one of our entire target, that we need to sensitize our younger people who are driving the cars so that we can safeguard the lives of these productive people, so that our GDP can grow, we can grow as a better country, and also our economies becomes very stronger in the world. I think this is the target, and we thank the Ministry of Road Transport for having come and joining us in this noble initiative, along with various channels like India Today, who are really taking it to the grassroots level of this country. And I think these are the principles with which we would like to go forward and ensure that the sense of responsibility is instilled among the people of this country.
So be the better guy as a part of our road safety campaign in partnership with Hyundai Motor India Foundation. We are in conversation with Puneet Anand, Assistant Vice President Corporate Affairs, Hyundai Motor India Limited, Yogendra Pratap, Editor Auto Today, and Mr. Ranvijay Singh, Additional DSP Noida, in the studio with us. We now come to the much neglected and extremely relevant idea of safety for pedestrians. Let me bring in Mr. Singh on this. Mr. Singh, do throw some light on the subject of safety for pedestrians. How is your team ensuring that riders and drivers do not use pavement for commuting or cross pedestrian crossing? Where are we lacking? How do we make progress on this front, Mr. Singh?
Yes, we try to ensure that the pedestrians are not, their pavements are not encroached, the vehicles do not encroach upon their way. I mean, in the sense that the pavements have been created alongside the roads, and many a times we have seen that the two-wheelers try to pass through those pavements. So we have deployed forces, we have deployed our constables and TSIs there at such important points. We have seen this kind of violation taking place during the peak hours. So we have ensured that the pavements are not encroached. And similarly, in the market areas, sometimes we see the shopkeepers coming or the vendors coming and encroaching the pavements. That we have also tried to prevent, and appropriate action is taken against those violators, and this is controlled by the traffic people only. Even we have seen during peak hours, the civil police, the civil component of the district police also support us, and with the help of the district police we ensure that traffic moves smoothly, and at the same time those who are violating the traffic rules, they are also taken care of, they are also challaned.
That's fantastic to hear. Puneet Anand, how does Hyundai Motor India Foundation really tackle this particular issue, and what is your message to the youth of this country today, especially the millennials and Gen Z, as far as road safety is concerned?
I think one thing which I really agree with Mr. Singh is given some very good examples of how the government as well as the state government are supporting the traffic. Now, when we look at India, and I talk about some more statistics, out of the 150,000 people who die, around 69% of the deaths are happening because of overspeeding. Another 6% deaths are happening because of driving on the wrong side of the lane. Another 4% deaths are happening because of drunken driving. And lastly, the 4% additional deaths are happening because of driving with mobile on. Now, if we are able to teach to our youth people that if these four things can be avoided, almost 90 to 95% of these fatalities in the Indian roads can be taken care of. In fact, what we have done is, along with Ministry of Road Transport, we have created strong content which is available on our various YouTube channels, which advises the people not to do these 4 to 5 wrong habits while driving on the car. Incidentally, we have used the children, we have used elderlies, we have used pedestrians in all these videos, so that it brings that emotional connect with the person who's driving. Today, if you are driving in the car and your daughter tells that, Papa, there is a red light, please don't cross the red light, wait for the green light to happen, it will have a very strong impact on the person driving. And that is where we have to try to bring in the human element into our content. And I think to the youth of this country, the very important message which we want to give is that we as a responsible manufacturer can give you all safety gadgets. but you have to care for yourself, you have to care for the pedestrians, you have to care for the country, and you have to care to be a better citizen on the road.
There are some very basic things and simple ones at that you can take care of to ensure that you are safe on Indian roads. My team has compiled a few snippets for you to look at and not ignore when you are behind the wheel in a car. So take a look at this collection of tips to ensure road safety and for being the better guy.
गाड़ी चलाने से पहले सीट, स्टीयरिंग और साइड मिरर को सही ढंग से एडजस्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है। सीट को इस तरह से आगे या पीछे करके सेट करें जिससे जब आप ब्रेक को पूरा दबाएं तो आपके घुटने बेंड न हो। सीट के बैक और स्टीयरिंग को इस तरह एडजस्ट करें जिससे आपकी कलाई स्टीयरिंग के ऊपर बेंड हो सके। अंदर के मिरर को ऐसे एडजस्ट करें जिससे आपको पीछे के विंडशील्ड से रोड पूरी तरह दिखे और साइड मिरर को एडजस्ट करते वक्त ध्यान रखें कि रोड के साथ साथ गाड़ी का थोड़ा सा हिस्सा आपको भी दिखे। ओवर स्पीडिंग या गति सीमा से तेज गाड़ी चलाना न सिर्फ सड़क नियमों के खिलाफ है बल्कि ये हमारे देश में सड़क हादसों का सबसे बड़ा कारण भी है। शहर की सड़क हो या हाईवे, स्पीड लिमिट का पालन करना आपके और दूसरों की सुरक्षा के लिए अनिवार्य है। ये आपको महंगे चालान से भी बचाएगा, साथ ही साथ सही लेन में गाड़ी चलाने और रॉन्ग साइड गाड़ी ना चलाने से भी यू कैन बी द बेटर गाय ऑन द रोड। गाड़ी चलाते समय बाकी गाड़ियों का आपको ध्यान रखना जरूरी है, साथ ही साथ पैदल चलने वाले लोगों का भी उतना ही ध्यान रखना है। टू बी द बेटर गाय, रेड लाइट पर जेब्रा क्रॉसिंग से पहले रुकें। अगर आप पैदल चल रहे हैं तो आपकी भी जिम्मेदारी है कि सड़क पार करने से पहले आप अपने लिए ग्रीन लाइट होने तक का इंतजार करें। अगर ट्रैफिक सिग्नल नहीं है और जेब्रा क्रॉसिंग पर कुछ लोग सड़क पार कर रहे हों तो वहां भी अपनी कार रोक देने से यू कैन बी द बेटर गाय।
I hope you've been following the Be the Better Guy series that has been brought to you by Auto Today and Hyundai Motor India. It is some very basic and essential tips that will keep you safe on Indian roads. Take care and always buckle up when you drive.